Now at 6, a decision on a lawsuit against Mercy Hospital in Joplin from the Missouri Supreme Court. Plus, a business owner in Joplin helps cover the cost of school lunches. And a t-shirt fundraiser sends a big donation to Children's Miracle Network.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Mercy Joplin wins an appeal to the Missouri Supreme Court. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Joplin. The case concerns a shooting that occurred in the hospital parking lot in December of 2015. According to court documents, a woman who was high on methamphetamine got a gun out of a visitor's car, then shot the gun owner in the neck. The shooting victim, Stephen Harner, survived and sued Mercy Hospital for negligence. He claimed the hospital did not follow its own security procedures prior to the shooting. A jury found Mercy liable. Now Mercy has won its appeal after the Missouri Supreme Court found there was insufficient evidence that the hospital had reason to know that that woman was dangerous. Southeast Kansas manufacturer will pay for alleged environmental violations. Cobalt Boats will pay nearly $134,000 in civil penalties because of alleged violations at its plant in Neodesha, Kansas. The Environmental Protection Agency says the boat manufacturing facility failed to comply with regulations intended to prevent releases of hazardous waste. The EPA cites violations concerning storage, monitoring, and precautionary procedures, as well as record keeping. The agency says Cobalt has taken steps to comply with those regulations. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
Well, a lot of clouds outside for us today. It was windy as well, but overall, pretty good Tuesday for us. And if you are going to be out this evening, maybe doing a little bit of Christmas shopping, it's busy out there, but we are dry. So you can see Joplin 49, 48 is where we stand in Pittsburgh. 46 in Lamar, Anderson, 49, 48 in Miami, Chanute at 46 degrees. It's been windy. We've had these southerly winds all day long. At about 10 to 15, gusts have been upwards to about 20 miles per hour, and those are actually going to pick up a bit as we get into Wednesday. A lot of clouds, mostly cloudy skies for us tonight as we are tracking our next storm system, which will really start to affect us by Thursday into the holiday weekend. At least for the evening, a lot of clouds. We slide back through the 40s. We'll talk about those changes all coming up here in just a bit.
See you soon. A Joplin business is helping area students pay for their school lunches. Always Buying Books has sent a check to a different school each week since the beginning of the school year. Owner Bob Wolf says he believes no child should go without or have a lesser quality lunch just because they can't afford it. The store just sent out its latest donation to the Wheaton School District. Wolf says he plans to continue this effort for as long as he can.
Just to help for the school lunches. I found out that some of the kids, if they get behind on paying the lunches, they get a secondary lunch, and I just don't think that's right, so we're going to help what we can.
That donation to the Wheaton School District is the 16th donation made by Always Buying Books. We're going to have more on this story for you tonight at 9 and 10. Students at Stapleton Elementary in Joplin today taped their principal to the wall for a good cause. The students have been collecting food for the past several days. The class that collected the most had the honor of taping the school's principal, Casey Pliller, to the wall. As you see, the reward served as highly effective motivation.
2,000 items to be donated, and we raised over 2,500 items just over about a week over a month long of collecting. And so we are getting ready to duct tape Mr. Plyler, our principal, to the gymnasium wall. And there'll be some other colorful additions to it as well.
The school officials said they hope to show students that giving back to the community can be a fun thing to do. Reese Nichols Real Estate partners with Ronald McDonald House to raise some big money for charity. Through the 2023 Gold Key Project, $21,000 has been raised for RMHC of the Ozarks and the 4 states, which will provide 211 free nights of critical lodging and support for families with hospitalized children. And that impact is felt locally.
For now, it's been April 15th through October 31st of every year. They donate $100 of every closing directly to Ronald McDonald House, and it stays here locally to this house.
Since its launch in 2020, the Gold Key Project has contributed a total of more than $62,200 to RMHC of the Ozarks and the 4 states. That money has provided 622 free nights for families. Major Saver gets in on the giving by donating to the Joplin Schools Foundation. As part of this fall's annual foundation fundraiser, Major Saver presented a check for more than $24,000. Funds raised through the program benefit the Joplin Schools Foundation and Joplin Schools. Since 2002, the program has raised more than $581,000 for Joplin schools. A Freeman fundraiser also brought in big bucks for another area charity. Today, the health provider hosted its 4th annual Christmas T-shirt themed fundraiser for Children's Miracle Network. The fundraiser brought in nearly $3,500 to continue to provide support for local sick and injured kids.
Anywhere from $20 gas cards to $100 gas cards. We're sending kids all across the state, all across the country, helping with travel expenses. $4,000 can go a long way in gas for parents who may or may not be able to get their kids to those specialty trips.
These funds go to CMN, also go to provide life-saving medications and such programs as Higgins Heroes and the Miracle Service Dog program. Later in sports, it's another big night for area basketball. John's going to have a preview of all the hard court action. But first, a video made by a Joplin resident, a couple of them, goes viral. And there's a good chance you've seen it. We're going to have the story behind the video coming up next. If you've scrolled on social media in the past couple of weeks, and you know you have, there's a good chance you've seen a video made by a Joplin resident that has gone viral and then some. KOAM's Fernandez Silva has that story.
The video that has millions and millions of views shows the plate's presentation. It features a volcano made with mashed potatoes with the lava crafted from gravy. Broccoli, asparagus, mushrooms, and dinosaur-shaped nuggets add to the microenvironment.
I felt like a little kid. I mean, I got so excited. It was, I wasn't expecting it at all, but I really wanted it, and I had completely forgotten how much I actually wanted until I saw it.
No way! I totally forgot I wanted that!
Juan Laporte's birthday dinner organized by his girlfriend went viral on social media at the beginning of the month. Juan forgot about it, but his girlfriend, Celine Fayad, did not.
I first just wanted to film his reaction because I knew he was going to react to it. Like, I knew he was not suspecting.
She shared the video with their family and friends. Then she decided to post it on TikTok.
You wake up the next day and, you know, my friend told me that it's like at 600,000 views, and I was like, okay, this is probably the end, right? Like, it should probably stop at this point. And then it just kept going, and I kept waking up, and I'm not gonna lie, it did distract me from studying.
Celine and Juan are both second-year students at KCU.
Just being in med school or just working all the time, it's stressful. So having an outlet like that, and just to be able to just like kind of let go and just be playful and, you know, childish, but, you know, in a wholesome manner, I think it was really nice.
Now, they also have a plan B.
I mean, I guess if school fails, then like, I guess I'll do TikTok. No, I'm kidding.
In Joplin, Fernandez Silva, KOAM News.
That video currently has 13 million views, almost 1.7 million likes on TikTok, and it's been reposted, of course, by other pages, which would add even substantially bigger numbers to that count. A little bit later, the latest coaches poll names the Pitt State women's basketball team to the top 25 in the nation. John's going to have details on how the Lady Gorillas made the list.
Plus, rain chances are going to start to increase. We're going to be looking at that coming up next. Well, it turned out to be a nice Tuesday for us today. A little bit warmer than what we had on Monday, even though we had a lot of clouds and it was windy across the region, but not bad. Pretty good temperatures. You can see the flags kind of whipping in the wind. downtown Joplin. We're looking at our Cornell Arts and Entertainment tower cam, of course. We are looking northeast, so you can see Joplin Street, Main Street, right on the other side there. But overall, the evening hours are going to be fine. Temperature is not as cold as what we have seen. 40 Stockton, 50 in Neosho, Carthage at 48. Pittsburgh 48, 47 at Grand Lake. We have Parsons sitting at 46 degrees. Now, it's been windy. These winds have been increasing. We've had kind of south winds all day long in that 10 to 20 mile per hour range. But at times, we've been getting gusts 20 upwards to 25. These will back down just a hair for us tonight, but then increase once again for us on Wednesday. So tomorrow, we'll have winds gusting near 30, maybe 32 miles per hour. Still windy on Thursday, gust a little bit farther down, kind of in that 20 mile per hour range. If you are getting out this evening, it's going to be fine. Slide back through the 40s. Just a lot of clouds across the region, which you can see outside on our Skywatch storm tracker. Kind of socked in with the clouds, mostly cloudy skies due to all the energy out to the west kind of getting going. Here's one wave. We have another wave just west of that. Off the coast of the Pacific Northwest, you can see the spin just to the west of California. All this energy is going to head toward us as we go through the next several days. So you can see that's our biggest system. Our first wave kicks in. This is going to be late Thursday night. You can see our batch of rain. Still tracking the bigger system. So this is Thursday night. So as we go into the weekend, we get a little bit of a break. Much stronger wave kicks in. So this is going to be late Saturday into Sunday. Of course, Sunday is Christmas Eve. Any snow will stay across the northern plains. We will most likely even get thunderstorms as we get into Sunday afternoon. Some of those could be a little bit stronger just to our south. And then this system passes by Christmas, but a chunk of energy hangs up. This keeps us cooler next week and maybe even a few snow chances. So we are going to see a change over the next 6-7 days. All right, let's walk you through the next 48 hours. Socked in with the clouds, lower 40s by morning. Mostly cloudy skies for us tomorrow, mid 50s by noon. Most of us 57, 58 degrees during the afternoon. Cloudy skies for us tomorrow night. We'll stop Thursday morning. You can see some light little showers trying to pop up across the area. Hit and miss showers on Thursday. It's really going to be drizzle, kind of a random drop. But look at the bigger batch. Rolls in Thursday night into Friday morning. So that's going to be our next storm system that will give us some good chances for rain and a little bit higher amounts than what we got with our last system last Friday and Saturday. 60 on Thursday, 57 on Friday. Look at the holiday weekend. 62 Saturday, 63 on Christmas Eve. Cooling down a bit by Christmas Day.
A white Christmas will only be in our dreams this year.
We did have one last year, though.
I know.
So,
you point that out, but
yeah.
you know, we want another one.
I know.
Sometime. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, a former Pitt State quarterback finds his new home via the transfer portal, and 2 Galena High School seniors commit to play football at the same college. John Dales has those stories and more up next in sports.
The early signing period for D1 football players begins tomorrow, and several of the high school senior student athletes in our area will be participating. Today, 2 seniors from Galena put pen to paper and commit to St. Mary of the NAIA. Devin Hetty and Casey Hopkins, 2 senior leaders from Galena's 2023 football team. Well, they make things official this afternoon. They're heading to Leavenworth to join the Spires. And the 2 of them have been very close friends and teammates dating back much further than their freshman year at Galena.
We've actually been teammates since Pee Wee football. We've been on the same team. And we've always had that bond ever since Pee Wee football because we've just had each other's backs.
It kind of ended up happening, and it was also a plan. I met the coach my sophomore year of high school at a football camp and, just talked to him every so often, kept in contact with him, and all of a sudden he got offered at the same time, and I was like, cool, I get my best friend with me. So I pretty much wasn't planned, but we lucked out with it.
Switching gears to college basketball, Pitt State men's hoops finishes its brief stint in Las Vegas today, playing its second game in as many days. And the Gorillas go 2 for 2 in Vegas. They win a shootout over Henderson State, 97-87. The game just went final a few minutes ago. 5 players for Pitt State in double figures, including Jeremy Shaw, who has an incredible game for the second day in a row in just his second game back. 29 points from him, shooting 9 of 10 from the field and 4 of 4 from beyond the three-point line. Meanwhile, Missouri Southern women's basketball scheduled to play its third game in the past 6 days this evening on the road at 18th-ranked Drury. At least that was the plan. However, a few hours before the game would have tipped off, it gets postponed. That's because of injury and illness on Drury's roster, which leaves the Panthers without enough healthy players to play in a game tonight. There's no rescheduled date as of now. The Lions' next game on their schedule is January 6th at Pitt State. And the Division II Women's Basketball Coaches Poll is released this afternoon. Pittsburgh State makes its top 25 debut. The Gorillas are ranked the number 22 team in the country after a 10-1 start to the season, which included an overtime win at Central Missouri on Saturday. As you can see on your screen, the Jennies are the only other MIAA team in the top 25. They're ranked number 14 in front of the Gorillas despite losing to them and Missouri Southern at home over the past week. And wrapping things up with college football, former Pitt State quarterback Ty Pennington will be joining his old teammate and head coach after entering the transfer portal. On Monday, Pennington announces he's committing to Northern Arizona, as did Colby Katzis, who committed the day before. Both will play under Brian Wright, who left Pitt State after 4 seasons as the head coach, which included 2 MIAA championships and 2 second-round exits in the NCAA D2 playoffs. Kind of expected that Coach Wright would bring some of his skill players with him, though I'd say honestly maybe a little bit less than you'd expect. He just has 2 guys from Pitt State right now that have come to join him at Northern Arizona.
2 very good ones.
Definitely, though.
Pitt State will have to fill some big shoes. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to have a lot more on that Joplin bookstore that's helping pay for school lunches. Plus, looking to break the holiday weight gain cycle, will tech experts weigh in on the latest health apps and devices. And the Colorado Supreme Court gives its ruling on whether Donald Trump is allowed on the state's presidential primary ballot. Those stories, a lot more coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Right now, a final check of the weather.
Yeah, tonight actually looks fine. Temperatures are going to be dropping back into lower 40s, a lot of clouds. Windy again tomorrow, high temp at 57. A few random sprinkles on Thursday, and then rain rolls in Thursday night into Friday, lasting into the holiday weekend.
And a final sports note.
Pitt State men's basketball gets that win over Henderson State today, and Jordan Friesen sets a school record with 13 assists in that game.
Hey, good for him. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.